Yo, what's goody YTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing ads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. So it looks like negotiations are close to being finalized between a purse bid between Errol Spence and IBF world champion of the world at welterweight, Kell Brook from Sheffield, England. The man Kell Brook looks like he's finally going to wear his big boy pants and step up to the plate and finally fight his mandatory, who's been a mandatory since I believe when was it? I believe he's been the mandatory since sometime early last year. Errol Spence has, you know what I mean? Even before he fought Leonard Bundu, you know what I mean? After he beat the man Chris Algieri, the man was supposed to fight Errol Spence after he beat Algieri in that title eliminator. So looks like the man Kell Brook is going to step up to the plate and face his mandatory, who a lot of people, including myself, said that he's ducking. And in Kell Brook's words, he said he's never ducked nobody, and he says he's not ready to vacate. He said he's worked too hard for his world title, and he's not ready to just give it up like that. So it's only right that he says he's going to fight the man. It's probably going to be a 70-30 split as far as the purse bid. And one thing for sure, two things for certain. The man Errol Spence will not be fighting in the United States versus Kell Brook. This fight will more than likely be taking place in Sheffield, England, according to Eddie Hearn. He's looking to have this fight in May of 2017. You know what I mean? So, it looks like after all negotiations were exhausted versus Amir Khan, that the man Kell Brook had no choice. You know what I mean? He had to step up to the plate, and it was either fight Errol Spence or vacate. I did a DuckTales series video about this particular fight a few weeks ago because I was getting frustrated by the man Kell Brook prolonging the inevitable, that he had to fight Errol Spence, and this is considering that we know the man Kell Brook has, he has a track record, at least in my opinion, of ducking fighters from back in the day, even guys like Devin Alexander. He never fought him when he was supposed to fight him twice, but quote unquote an injury happened. He was supposed to fight Tim Bradley, but that never came about when he was the mandatory to fight these guys. He never got the chance to fight him, and even guys like what's the other guy supposed to unify with? Jesse Vargas, that fight was on the table. They had even made the plans and dates, but he ducked out of that fight, the unification fight, to go get his eye socket broken by the man Triple G, you know what I mean? So it looks like, after trying to make negotiations with Amir Khan, that fell through. Amir Khan was, overpricing himself, you know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman and, what's his name? Danny Garcia are occupied. They have a date on March 4th, you know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao's also occupied. He's fighting in April. So, there's guys like Sean Porter left to give the man Sean Porter a rematch, but it doesn't look like Kell Brook and this team, they look like they're reluctant to take that rematch, you know what I mean? So, a fight with Errol Spence, is only right, man, that he fights his mandatory, especially after fighting 3 consecutive mandatories before that from Frankie Gavin, Kevin Bizier, and Jojo Dan. Nobody was clamoring for them fights, but this mandatory, best believe the whole world is watching, you know what I mean? So, I'm glad for Errol Spence. He's getting an opportunity to become a world champion, and not the easy way, not no paper champ, no winning no vacated title. He's hopefully trying to go to the man's backyard of Sheffield, England, and snatch that title from him. So good luck to both guys, you know what I mean? And we'll see if this fight really gets finalized and made official. All right, B Marsh Boxing, let me know in the comment section what you think about this news. And I'm happy that, they're making progress, and hopefully we'll see, this fight happen in May like Eddie Hearn says. All right, let me know in the comment section what you think about this fight, and I'm going to catch you on the next vid. Thanks for listening. One.